Hi there, and welcome to How to Contribute to Open Source in the Laravel community. I'm Kevin McKee, and I'm going to be walking you through how to get your first PR submitted. Now, I love open source software. I use Laravel and a lot of packages within Laravel every day. And the people who built these packages, built these frameworks, and maintain them are a huge part of how I'm able to earn my living. And so, if you're like me and you feel like you want to give back, you want to make your own contributions, even if you're not ready to build your own package or really do some hardcore open source development, you just want to contribute, this is the right course for you. Now we're going to cover three different things. The first thing we're going to talk about, and you might not even be ready to write a line of code for an open source package, and that's okay. Because first we're going to talk about opening good GitHub issues, and that's really important. The issues that you open and the detail you provide helps maintainers to understand what the issues are and fix them quickly. It helps people who have the same issue to maybe find a place where people might post a workaround or help them to solve their issue. There's so many things that opening a good issue helps in the open source community. So we're going to talk about that. Then, if you're ready to make your first PR, but you're still a little bit concerned, maybe I don't know how to write the code to contribute to open source. That's okay. The first PR that I ever made, and that I think most people make, is to a docs repository or a README. And so the next section we're going to talk about how do you make that docs PR. And to be honest, you don't even have to open an IDE or a code editor. You can do it all through the browser. So that is also super helpful, allowing people to find answers to the questions they have in the documentation is one of the most critical aspects of open source software. And if you can help there, you're doing a great job for yourself and your fellow developers. Lastly, if you're ready, we're going to go to fixing a PR. We're going to do a bug fix PR. I'm going to teach you how to pull the package down to your local, symlink it to your local project, figure out what's wrong. We're gonna do some test-driven development. You're gonna write an issue or write a test that fails. You're gonna fix that issue. You're gonna make sure the test passes, and you're gonna push that PR, and hopefully it gets accepted. Now, if you think you're ready to take this course, there's a few things that I think you should know before we get into this course. Number one, you should have an intermediate level of understanding of Laravel. That's the community we're working in. We're not specifically making a PR to the Laravel framework. We're going to be working with a Laravel package called Livewire. And so that's another thing that you should probably at least be somewhat familiar with. Go, find Livewire, find their GitHub, find the docs, look through, maybe pull it down and play with it for a minute or two if you haven't already. Understanding Livewire is going to be pretty critical to understanding this training. Lastly, this is really great for people who are brand new to open source. If you are a regular open source contributor, you've got a bunch of PRs submitted and accepted, you are more than welcome to watch this course, but there's probably not a whole lot here you're going to learn. This is for people who are ready to get started contributing to open source. Lastly, before we get into the code, there's one video, which is the next video, where I want to talk to you guys about the fact that you are ready to contribute to open source. You are right now. Now, you might not be ready to do that bug fix, but you are ready to contribute to open source. And we're going to talk a little bit about imposter syndrome and how that is very real, but you have to push that away. And our goal as members of the open source community is to be helpful. And if you keep that in your mind, I just want to be helpful, then you're going to go really far and you're going to be able to make a lot of contributions that you might otherwise not make. So thank you so much for taking this training. I'm really excited to bring this content to you. I know you're excited about contributing to open source, so let's get right to it.